Welcome to Life is for Living. I'm Kylie and I'm here with David Riddell from School of Living Wisdom, and we are going to be doing some daily insights. We're going to be picking them up at random and see how you enjoy these. Here's one for you. You can't live your life on other people's terms without sacrificing your boundaries and weakening your identity.
Mm,
So
mm.
true.
Yeah, well, we divide people up into those who are pleasers and really get their fulfillment from pleasing other people, and we say that they haven't yet fully individuated, and the other kind of person that has become their own person, and while they're not rude or selfish or egotistical, they don't actually mind whether other people are pleased with them or not. So, in that sense, they are more free than the person who's playing both ends of the court by being troubled and worrying about what other people think of them and are thinking about them at all times. There is a world of obligation for pleasers to live in, which is not a satisfactory place to be. Ultimately, it's unsustainable, and a large degree of my burnouts, that's how I talk about clients who come to me with burnout, have burnt out because they never got on their own 2 feet. Their worth and value is still in other people's hands, and they're just trying too hard to keep everybody happy.
Mhm.
It's like a treadmill, it's like carrot in front of a donkey. It's hard work, and eventually it proves to be unsustainable. And the resulting resentment when they find that they cannot please everybody is pretty tough stuff to behold.
Mm. Yes, because you need your own boundaries, and without them, you'll just be walked over too, potentially.
And the good news is that with negotiation skills, we can still please other people, but now we're doing it on our own terms. It's absolutely magic.
It is, it's important. Okay, another one on a similar vein is a person who is too insecure to yield his own way is always going to feel dominated or nagged whenever he or she is corrected or instructed.
And there's no right way to correct somebody who's unteachable. Whatever you do, however you put it, however you say it, they are going to take offense because that's what they do. That's what they've done their whole life. They don't take correction, they take offense instead. And so you can tippy toe around them, and many people do, but even that proves unsustainable long term. You're walking on eggshells, aren't you? So, my advice to people is learn to proposition, learn to counter proposition, and learn to ask the unteachable and empowering question that confronts them with what's going to happen if they never do take correction. They're going to lose trust, they're going to lose respect, they're going to lose opportunity to progress, they're going to lose promotions, they might even lose their marriage or their children's trust if
Mhm.
they don't learn to accept correction. And basically, the Bible speaks of it as humbling yourself.
Mhm.
Now, I choose carefully who I allow to speak into my life. Not anybody's going to be able to speak into my life. But the ones that I trust, I must give them the right to correct me. Otherwise, I'm not going to learn anything new. I'm going to be a persuader, not a listener. And that's one of the quickest ways that you can drive people away, isn't it?
Mm. It's like that proverb in the Bible, you instruct a fool and he'll hate you, but if you instruct a wise man, he'll love you.
Yeah, and there's no hope for someone who won't take correction, Kylie, because they don't know they're making mistakes. They don't want to be told they're making mistakes. They don't want to know that they're offending people, and then they wonder why they don't succeed.
Mm. Yeah, because nobody knows everything. We all should be listening and trying to get our lives the best that we can.
And the smartest people are quite good listeners because they're good students,
Hmm. They're looking for the pearl that they can take on
always.
board.
Yeah.
Okay, Love is never better than the ability to communicate, which nurtures and supports that love. To enhance love, build better negotiation skills. You've just said that.
Well, if you believe that you already know it, then how will you learn how to love your spouse if they can't teach you? We don't know how to love our, our chosen partner. They have to teach us. And if they are reluctant to say anything because they believe that it's safer to keep silent, or because they know that you don't appreciate correction and you're going to lash out and kick back at them, they're pretty soon going to learn that you're not that teachable, and they'll keep their thoughts and corrections to themselves. And if that happens, then communication breaks down. And the thing that follows communication breakdown is the loss of intimacy. Your intimacy is only as good as your honesty in any relationship. And when couples lose the courage to be honest with each other, then honesty ceases. And when honesty ceases, intimacy dies shortly afterwards. Did any woman ever leave a man who made her feel heard? Did any man ever leave a woman who made him feel heard? Generally, we don't leave people who deeply listen to us and validate us and affirm us. We leave the deaf people who don't want to know who we are. They're far too busy focusing on their own issues.
It's true. By all means, be hospitable, but offer it in your own terms, or resentment will spoil it every time.
Well, we all love hospitality and hospitable people, unless, of course, we've confused it with obligation and serving on other people's terms. I like guests in my house, but they need to be here on my terms. And
Yes.
if that sounds selfish, it might be, except that those terms can be easily negotiated.
Mm.
And that means I'd like to know how long you intend to stay. I'd like to know what the food supply situation is. I'd like to know why you're here. So we need to do some negotiation. People who are good negotiators are also good at hospitality, because it doesn't come with a sense of resentment or a sense of obligation.
Mm-hmm.
When people do move into obligation, resentment is right behind, following up all the way.
Mm-hmm. Number 166. These are all relational
Good,
empowering
good.
daily insights we're doing right now. So politeness without assertiveness is disempowering, but assertiveness without politeness is inflammatory. Did that make
Makes
sense when I
sense.
read it? Politeness without assertiveness is disempowering. Assertiveness without politeness is inflammatory.
Yeah, and what I mean by that is that if you're trying to be so polite that you're scared to be honest,
Mm-hmm.
then you're rendered more and more powerless, because you can't negotiate, you can't be assertive, you can't say what you need. You become more and more powerless and helpless underneath the guise of politeness. It's not an honest politeness.
Yeah.
It's not an honest respect. On the other hand, if there's no respect in your assertiveness, there's no kindness, there's no gentleness, the tone is all wrong, then you'll
Mm-hmm.
be deemed to be stroppy and emotionally dangerous to anybody that you're communicating with. You're throwing your weight around, you're getting bossy, you're a big boots, loud and proud, and don't care who knows it. And people tend to keep their distance from those people, don't they?
Yes, that's true. Relation 167, the trap of meekness can leave us unable to assert ourselves. With meekness must come word skills, or it will degenerate your muteness. Same sort of thing. They go together, don't they?
They do. It's one thing to be meek, it's quite another to be mute, and we shouldn't confuse those two ever. I consider myself meek. I have to be when I'm counseling children and young teenagers, but I'm certainly not mute.
Mm-hmm.
I have plenty to say.
Yes. R152. Every rescuer needs to know that sometimes people will need to feel worse before they can feel better. That's a goodie.
Well, the one thing the rescuer doesn't want to do is offend people, upset people, be yelled at, or create trouble. And so often, when a person starts practicing assertiveness for the very first time and they begin to push back in order to make their will known, make their needs known, to maintain a good, healthy balance of power, the first thing that happens is an eruption on the part of the person who doesn't appreciate that kind of comeback or pushback or balance of power.
Mhm.
They survive by dominating, and any threat to that domination is a threat indeed. So, to start out on a new journey of assertiveness, it may get worse before it gets better, simply because if you make a change, the
Mhm.
other person in this codependent relationship is going to have to change too, and they may not be willing to.
Mhm.
So, if it all turns to custard the first time you push back or use a comeback, don't panic. It doesn't mean you've stuffed up.
Mhm.
It just means you haven't done what you've always done, which means you're not going to get what you've always got. And what were you hoping to get? Well, usually it's peace at any price. But let me warn you that if you fail the assertiveness test and opt for peace at any price, the price of peace at any price can get very high.
Mhm.
Indeed, it just grows higher and higher.
Very, very true. I think we can leave it on that note, Peter. Dave
I'm David today. I'll be Peter tomorrow.
and John the next day too. Thanks, everyone.
All
Bye
right.
now.
Thank you.